We started in 2011 to think about adding heritage management and museum studies as new disciplines in Egyptian higher education. Although Egypt is known as the land of culture with this diversified culture that we have, but we didn't have previously programs, academic programs on heritage management or museum studies. We do have faculties of archaeology and faculties of tourism, but no academic programs in these specific fields. And that's why we at the Faculty of Tourism of Helwan University we thought in 2011 about adding these two new disciplines. And we contacted BTU Qutbus because they have this wonderful program, World Heritage Studies, and we asked them to go into cooperation with us and to build a joint master program in heritage management. And this approach was welcomed by BTU, and we worked on a joint program that was called later Heritage Conservation and Site Management. We also jointly proposed to the DED to fund this program, and this was granted in 2012. And then the program itself was started in the academic year 2013-2014. It was an innovative program, a joint masters with 1 semester at each university as an external semester. So it was also intercultural in the sense of students exchange between the two universities and students coming from different nationalities, not only Germans and Egyptians. That was the start of the cooperation with BTU Qutbus, and later on in 2016 we added a local track of the program specifically to address the current political situation in the Middle East. And in this new program that was made as a local program taking place only in Egypt, we offered scholarships for the Arab refugees residing in Egypt. So we were able to offer 10 scholarships in the first intake 2016 and then 10 in the second intake a year later, mostly for Syrians and Yemenis and Iraqis refugees residing in Egypt. And this new local track of the program was focusing on endangered heritage at risk, as I said, to address the current political situation and to prepare heritage professionals in this specific field to be able to rebuild and reconstruct and reuse the heritage after the war when they return to their countries. Of course, through this cooperation with BTU Qutbus, we also wanted to add other programs as well. So in 2014 we contacted the University of Würzburg, and we jointly also worked on a program in museum studies to complement the first program in heritage management. And we were able to start this program in 2015 as a dual degree program with the University of Würzburg, and we also received funding from the DAED and were able to offer 5 scholarships for Egyptians to go to Würzburg for a semester, and also 5 for German students to come to Cairo for a semester. Then later on we added a bachelor program in Heritage and Museum Studies at the Faculty of Tourism and Hotel Management. It started in 2016, and in 2017 we added a PhD program also in Heritage and Museum Studies. Then we established a Department of Heritage and Museum Studies at the faculty. This is the first department of its kind in Egypt. It's not present at any other Egyptian university. And then we added a professional diploma in Arabic language for those mainly working at the Ministry of Antiquities in Egypt who are not able to join an English language program. And then we established also a Center of Heritage and Museum Studies to offer training and capacity building and short courses, etc. So through this cooperation with BTU Qutbus and with the help of the German Archaeological Institute, who was a partner with us from the very start of the cooperation with BTU in 2012, and through the funding from the DAED, we were able to establish all this. It wouldn't have been possible without this help from Germany, either funding through the DAED or expertise from BTU, or also practical help from the German Archaeological Institute, who also, the Professor Zeidelmeier, who is the director of the institute in Cairo, he also teaches in this program module on archaeology and practical issues. So in the last 7 years, we were able to establish an academic department, a center, 2 new academic disciplines, heritage and museology, in Egyptian higher education for the first time in Egypt. Of course, the Egyptian students, they work at the Ministry of Antiquities, the Ministry of Culture, at different museum projects in Egypt. And all these students from different countries, of course, the Arab students, hopefully they go back to their countries, to Syria, to Iraq, to Yemen, to Libya, and help work there on the archaeological sites. And then we have students from all corners of the world now through this cooperation with BTU Cottbus. We have students from Peru and Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, from Canada up to Japan. So this actually helped also the internationalization strategy of Helwan University. We wouldn't have students coming from all these nationalities unless we had this cooperation with Cottbus. For the future, we hope to widen this widen the scope of this cooperation. And as I mentioned today, we are now working on a new project to introduce a new program in cultural tourism to complement actually what we are doing, because when you prepare a site and you manage it in a good way, you also want to open it for tourists to get revenues that at countries like Egypt and the Middle East, these revenues are very essential to help maintain these sites, because we don't have public funds available for the restoration and the preservation of the sites. So these funds come primarily from the tourism industry. So you need also to promote cultural heritage tourism and to open these sites for tourists in order to get the revenues necessary, of course, for empowering the people and offering jobs, etc., but also using these funds to restore and to maintain what you have done at the sites. So it complements each other. So we're now thinking about this new program in cultural heritage tourism, and we will also jointly propose funding from the DED to establish the program. And the ultimate goal of us is to have a twinning agreement with BTU Cottbus and to turn Helwan University as a center of excellence in heritage studies and museum studies and cultural heritage tourism for Egypt and the entire region. So it's a hub for training, for capacity building, for Egypt as a central focal point in the MENA region.